Main man made, man. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. You know, something real good is happening at the 140-pound division for, say, fighters like Adrian Bronner, maybe Terence Crawford, maybe a Victor Postal, or maybe a Lucas Matisse. Maybe. I don't know what he's going to do. But I'm just saying some good things are happening at the 140-pound division, ladies and gentlemen. And that good thing name is Ricky Burns. I like to call Ricky Burns the lamb that's being fattened up for the slaughter in this particular case. And this is no offense or disrespect to Ricky Burns, because Ricky Burns, ladies and gentlemen, is a dynamic fighter. I repeat, dynamic fighter. And I have nothing but respect for Ricky Burns. You got to have respect for a dude who looked like at one point in time his career was totally fucking over. And then he fought his way back from adversity at a time when a lot of people wrote him off. When he took the losses to Terence Crawford and the Zlatan loss, then turned around a fight later, took the loss to Omar Figueroa. That was like 3 fucking losses in less than like a year. You know what I mean? Maybe roughly about a year and some months. 3 major losses. So it looked almost over for Ricky Burns. But what does he do, ladies and gentlemen? He bounces back on the back of a fighter that he was supposed to fight a long time ago. And I am talking about Adrian Bronner. When Adrian Bronner vacated his title against Ashley Theophane because he couldn't make weight, remember? He hit his brick wall, remember? And he could not make weight. Well, he had to vacate that title. And he at the time had the WBA title. He was elevated to full-fledged WBA champion by default, remember? And it was down to Michelle. When he vacated that title, it was down to Michelle DiRocco and Ricky Burns to fight for the specific title. It was rumored that Ricky Burns and Adrian Bronner was going to fight a long time ago. 135, I remember hearing. Or maybe what was it, 130? I don't know. But the fact is, they were supposed to fight, and it never went down. Well, here you got now, Ricky Burns is now slated to possibly fight Julius Indongo in April. They're trying to make this fight happen. And Ricky Burns is hoping that is happening because Julius Indongo is the IBF champion at 140-pound division. Not to mention he has the lower tier IBO belt also. So then it will look as if Ricky Burns will have 3 belts if he gets to fight with Julius Indongo, which is looking like it's more probable than not, and he beats him. But the thing is this, and I don't mean, like I said, once again, I have no disrespect whatsoever to Ricky Burns. But Ricky Burns is very beatable because of his power. He's very beatable. He makes a lot of mistakes defensively, unfortunately. But he's a tough fighter, and he sticks in there with you. But the fact still remains, he's clearly not going to step into another fight no time soon with Terence Crawford, who already beat him and would take everything he has. Not to mention the bigger draw at 140 would be Adrian the Problem Bronner. If Adrian Bronner can get through his next fight with Adrian Granados, which is not a promised win, ladies and gentlemen. So the thing I'm trying to say is, if Adrian Bronner, I think, believe it or not, I think he'll have a, oh man, this may sound crazy, but I think he'll have a tougher fight with Adrian Granados than he would with Ricky Burns. I think he has a more easier walk in the park with Ricky Burns than he does with Granados, who's more aggressive in brawling style. In which Ricky Burns just technically doesn't have the ingredients, the main ingredients, to beat Adrian Bronner, and that is power and sheer aggression. So Adrian Bronner is looking at basically if he can get through Adrian Granados and the miracle working of Al Haymon can kick in. Now, we've heard Ricky Burns' name attached to a lot of fighters, including Bronner, but also including Manny Pacquiao. Bob Arum, whatever the fuck, has been looking at Ricky Burns for, say, Manny Pacquiao, a fighter who gave all kinds of excuses why he originally couldn't go to 140 to face Terence Crawford. Now it's coming down to a money thing. But in Ricky Burns' case, I guess he becomes a more attractive opponent because of his titles. But the fact is, they're not stupid either. And they realize where the money at in more winnable fights. I don't think Ricky Burns has a chance in hell against Manny Pacquiao. It would just be him getting in there, getting a big payday, but taking a major loss. And he probably won't make no more than $4 to $5 million. And that's just being real about it. So I'm pretty sure Though he may not make the super astronomical numbers against the other fighters at 140, he'll make a good bag, especially with Adrian Bronner. He'll make a good bag. And most importantly, he may even have a chance to beat Adrian Bronner. But I just think that Ricky Burns, in my opinion, has no chance against Adrian Bronner stylistically, and that's just going by the eye test, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, Adrian Bronner and whoever else at this point that can get a fight with Ricky Burns, at least a top-tier opponent, say you're Adrian Bronner's, or maybe if Victor Poster wants to try to make a comeback, if he can get Terence Crawford, these guys are all looking at Ricky Burns. You even have fighters at 147 willing to come down to face Ricky Burns, like Paulie Malignaggi, who can't beat nobody at 147 today. But he was looking to possibly try to squeeze down to 140, but I'm hearing he couldn't make the weight. But the fact still remains, fighters are looking at Ricky Burns like a lamb that's been fatted up for the slaughter, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying the chances are really, really good. I mean, this dude is collecting belt after belt. I'm not even saying he beats Ndongo. Ndongo fuck around and beat him. And if Ndongo fuck around and beats Ricky Burns, then I don't know if Adrian Bronner steps to Ndongo with the same ferocity that he steps to Ricky Burns. That's a great, great question. Julius Ndongo is not a joke. I have seen very little on him. But the little I've seen, when he beat that boy from Russia in his last fight, it was so fast you couldn't get much on him. Troyansky, but Troyansky was undefeated. And not to mention, he was an opponent being stated to fight Terence Crawford if he would have beaten Ricky Burns and took those titles off. So, I mean, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but the fact still remains is that Ricky Burns, to me, I don't like to use the term weak champion because a champion is a champion, but he is the lamb that the 140-pound division, as well as a couple fighters at 47, is looking at. Maybe even some 35 fighters. Who knows? You know, I mean, this would have been a great course for, say, a guy like Mikey Garcia, whom I'm still baffled, man, but I'm not getting to that in this video. But anyway, that would have been a great course for a guy like him. People are looking at Ricky Burns and his belts as food, and they will be coming at him in droves. If he beats Ndongo, that will be a major, major statement. Though he's had good victories in the past, but beating a powerful, hard-hitting, undefeated puncher like Julius Ndongo will speak volumes. And I don't know if people are still quick to take the fight. Well, maybe they are. Yes, they are, because those belts are just looking too good. Broner would take that fight in a heartbeat. Because though Ricky Burns is good technically, he can't bust a fucking grape. And that's just being real about the situation. So in my opinion, he is being fatted up. And eventually, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, the slaughtering is coming. Whether it be through Adrian Bronner and Terence Crawford, Matisse, whether it be through, I don't know, anyone, and maybe a 35 fighter comes up, somebody, but I got Ricky Burns with all those titles that he's looking to grab. If he gets them, beware. Real shit. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. Google Plus, Main Man, Made Man. You know, that's one of the things to me that doesn't get reported nearly enough, man. Ricky Burns is in $1 million position, bruh. Like, he is getting these fights. He has managed to somehow swim up at 140 and not having to face the likes of, say, of a Broner or Terence Crawford or a Victor Postal. He's managed to gain titles, and I don't know if they're sitting back just letting him collect these titles and getting there with other guys and not offering them, you know, real figures for a fight, or if that's just, maybe he's just that damn good, and I'm totally underestimating him. Pretty soon we'll see. To the next video. Peace out.